a big part of the NFL offseason is improving your NFL team. Whether you were good last year, whether you were bad last year, whether you were mid last year, it's always about improvement for most teams. Okay? So today we're going to be talking about 3 teams that I think will be better than last season and 3 teams that I think will be worse than last season. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, starting off with the improved teams, I think one of the teams that's going to be one of the most improved teams in the NFL is going to be the New England Patriots. All right, so I think you got your head coach Mike Vrabel. I like that signing. You got Drake May. You just brought in Stephon Diggs. You brought in a bunch of free agents, helping that defense out, getting some more pieces on that offense. And they got a really high draft pick. I don't know what they're going to be doing because this is post free agency and pre draft, so I'm not exactly sure what they're doing in the draft. But I think whatever they do, I think they should be going for offensive linemen. But if they go with Travis Hunter, if he's there, that's good. Maybe even Ted McMillan that early. But I think the draft is going to be important for this team. If they can do it right, I think they can be a 7 seed in the NFL this year. All right. Now, I know a lot of people have been saying this for a couple years, and I don't know if I've been on board with it for too long, but I think the Cincinnati Bengals will be better next season, which is what we've been thinking for 2 years now where they missed out on the playoffs. But it's just been injuries and just the defense needs to play better. I think this is the year. I think this is the year where that can happen. I don't think Super Bowl or anything, nothing flashy, but definitely I'm thinking a playoff berth for the Bengals. I don't think they're the front runners from the North. I don't think they're the front runners to win their division, but I do think that the Bengals are going to be much better this year, not just stats, record wise, and make the playoffs. All right, now the last team I want to talk about that I think is going to be better next season is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now I don't like to talk about them too much because obviously I'm a Buccaneers fan, and I really do think that this year we're going to be better. I've been saying we're going to do it all this year. Well, it's always doubt. Our win loss this year, like over under, is 9.5 wins, which I think I would go over, not too much over. I think 11-6 or 12-5. But I think the most damage that we're going to be able to do is if we can keep up in the playoffs and at least make it to the NFC Championship. I would be very, very happy with this season. And I think that will be improved next season with re-signing these guys and getting Hassan Reddick in the offseason. That was a good move. We just got to see what the head coaching is looking like, what the offensive coordinator is looking like. But I think if Baker Mayfield can keep baking, we could be Super Bowl bound in a couple years. Now on to 3 teams that I just don't think are going to be as good as last season. And we're going to be starting that off with a team that did all right this year. They did miss out on the playoffs. And I think that team is the Colts. I think the Colts are going to take a step down this year because they got a quarterback controversy, Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson, which I think could try and work out in the long run with Anthony Richardson. I don't know about Daniel Jones, but I think in the long run, both of these guys are going to get some playing time this season, and their future might be better. But this season, that's not their year. They're going to be towards the bottom of the AFC South. I got the Jaguars probably being second, and I think the Colts are probably going to take a step down from 8 and 9. Now, a hot take for this one, where I'm going to be talking about a team that I think should be worse next season. I think a lot of people think too highly of this team, too highly of this quarterback. The Los Angeles Chargers. They lost some key pieces on defense this season. It's just not as good as it all cracked up to be there. You got Justin Herbert. He's not as good as people say he is. He is good. He's a starting quarterback. If he was on a better team with better surrounding players, that could all work out. They didn't really acquire a top receiver this offseason. I know Chargers fans and people like that are going to be coming at me for this, but I don't think that they're going to make the playoffs this season. I think their spot could be taken. The Broncos could be higher up. I think the Bengals could take a spot, and I just don't think there's going to be room for them. I don't think they're going to be terrible bottom of the league, but they're not going to be anywhere near the top. And my final team that I think will be worse next season is going to be a team that did amazing last season, and it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. By no means do I think that this team is going to be bad next season. By no means at all. I think this team is still going to be great. Super Bowl contenders. They might even go to the Super Bowl. I just don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, which means that they're going to be taking a step back. That's all I have to say. They lost some pieces this offseason, which either way, I still think that they're going to be taking a step down. Not even in the regular season, just in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. They might make the Super Bowl. I just don't think they're going to win it. I think that, yeah, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are still really great contenders, though. I just had to put them on here because I think that they're going to be taking a step down. That's all for this video. I had some hot takes in here. Yeah, if you comment down below anything that you guys would like to see me post in the off season. I've been struggling to find like ideas I really want to post, but this is a video that just came to me, and I wanted to talk about teams that are going to be improved, not improved. I'm definitely going to do like my entire season, like record predictions and all for all the teams and stats and all that stuff. But that's going to be after the draft because I want to make sure I have perfect, all ready for that because I really want that to be good. And yeah, so like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video.